Hey everybody, welcome to Celebrity Signings, something a little bit different today. I recently was able to purchase an autograph album. You can see the front cover of the album here. And it contains autographs that were collected by a lady back in the very late 60s to mid-ish 70s. And she was looking to sell this for a very, very small sum of £10. I didn't really know what was in it. I took a bit of a punt. I only saw one or two autographs, didn't really know who they were, but thought, why not? I'm looking to collect it. I made it very clear to the person I was buying from that this was going in a collection, wasn't going to be stripped and sold. Not that I knew who was in it anyway. But I thought I'd share with you what I found in this autograph book. It's taken a while to research some of them, but I have mostly got them now. So I've put together this little slideshow, I guess, of what's inside the book. I've split this into two videos because it's quite long. Yeah, enjoy. Hopefully you'll enjoy this and watch the next video to see the conclusion of what was in here. So let's crack on and straight on and kind of see what was in this book. Okay, so first up, there were 4 autographs from the same actor within here. So I'm guessing this lady, Diana, who's the name you'll hear regularly or see regularly, collected. She must have been a big fan. And those autographs are all from the actor Leonard Whiting. Now, I didn't really know much about Leonard, to be perfectly honest, but he is probably best known for playing Romeo in Zeffirelli's 1968 film Romeo and Juliet, alongside the actress Olivia Hussey. He was also in things like Giacomo Casanova in 1969, and then he did sort of a handful of things after that, but not a great deal, in terms of IMDb credits anyway, so I'm assuming he must have been maybe done theatre acting as well. Some random autographs from him. You can see there's one to Diana on the top right corner, signed Leonard Whiting. Underneath that, there is just a signature, Leonard Whiting. There's one to Kurt, bottom left, which I'm guessing must have been Diana's partner or husband. I don't really know. And then top left, a really random one that says, "To Lickle Honey, Merry Munching, Leonard Whiting." I have no idea what the reference is there at all. I'm not in contact with the lady beyond having purchased this, so I can't get any context for some of these autographs, but interesting all the same. And for those who aren't sure, that's Leonard there with Olivia Hussey from the Zeffirelli film Romeo and Juliet. Next up is musician Alan Taylor. Didn't really know much about Alan, to be honest. Had to do some research. Like most of these, had to do some research online. Alan was born in 1945 as a singer-songwriter from the UK. He was in a band called Cajun Moon, and then became a solo artist, recorded lots of stuff throughout the years. His last recording, as far as I can tell, was 2017. He's still with us, which is great, but isn't recording anymore. The images are all ones that I found online of the people to give you a bit of an illustration as to who they are as I'm showing you the autographs. So this is the next one, as I say, musician Alan Taylor. Next up, really random one here, somebody I'd never heard of before, and this is Isabel Sutherland. Now, Isabel is a Scottish folk singer, or she was a Scottish folk singer. She died in 1988. She's known as the pioneer of the 1950s London folk scene, apparently, and you can see one of her album covers here, Vagrant Songs of Scotland by Isabel Sutherland. There is absolute, as far as I can see, I haven't found a single other example of her autograph anywhere else online. This says, "Very best wishes, Diana, Isabel Sutherland, the 19th of June, 1970. So this is great because this is one of the only autographs that's dated. So it gives me an idea of roughly when Diana was collecting. So as I say, around the very late 1960s, early to mid 1970s, it appears to be. So the fact I can't find anything else signed by Isabel Sutherland is really cool. And very pleased to add this to the collection. Next up, this one is Belinda Carroll. Now, Belinda is an actress. She's a sort of stage and TV actress. She never really did it, as far as I can tell from her IMDb credits, anything hugely of note. She had like small roles in a few TV shows and films, but was predominantly a theatre actress. To be honest, she's her better known sister in the picture you can see there behind her. So Belinda's in the front with the blonde hair. The lady to her left hand side with the dark hair is Kate O'Mara. So people probably know Kate. I'm assuming that's their mum in the picture behind. Again, kind of a bit like the Isabel Sutherland one. There's not a great deal online about Belinda. Like for photos, they're all Shutterstock images, that kind of stuff. There's very little I could find for online. But yeah, TV and theatre actress Belinda Carroll, new one for the collection. Next up, we have got Bernard Holly. So Bernard, who's the gentleman in the picture that you can see here, has signed this to Diana with best wishes, Bernard Holly, PC Newcomb from Z Cars. I've never watched Z Cars myself, so I don't know anything about it, but that was his big break as PC Newcomb in Z Cars. The picture here is either from The Gentle Touch or Cat's Eyes, I'm not sure which he's probably more recently known for. He did die in 2021, so sadly no longer with us, but he was in Birds of a Feather as well for a couple of series. The reason I'm particularly interested in this one, I'm a big Doctor Who fan for those who follow my videos, and Bernard actually played Peter Hayden in the Doctor Who serial Tomb of the Cybermen during the Patrick Troughton run. So that's really cool. So this for me is a new Doctor Who autograph in the collection, even though it says Z Cars. So really cool. New Doctor Who autograph in the collection for me, which is great. Next up, some people might recognise the image of this gentleman. This is Arthur English. He's a British actor, been in lots and lots of things, but he's probably best known for the role you can see here, which was Mr. Harmon in the series Are You Being Served, which ran from like 1976 to 1985. So by the time this was collected, he'd probably just been in it, or maybe hadn't even appeared in that role at this point. He was also in things like In Sickness and in Health, and Till Death Us Do Part with Warren Mitchell, who played Alf Garnett. Obviously quite a controversial set of shows these days. Arthur died in 1995, so again, this is an autograph that, like a lot of the ones in here, the people who signed them are sadly no longer with us. So the only way you can get these now are to kind of buy these online. Some of the prices are ridiculous for some of these people. But really cool to have Arthur in the collection. As I say, Are You Being Served? Not something I collect per se, but I have added a couple of people from the series to my collection over the years. So yeah, new addition to the collection, Arthur English. Next up, so this is, again, somebody I've not heard of before. This is Tony Rivers. Tony is probably best known, he's a musician who's been producing stuff throughout the years, but he's probably best known for, or online, he's best linked with the group Harmony Grass. Now, I'll mention Harmony Grass again in a moment. But yeah, remember that name, Harmony Grass. But later in his career, he sang with people like Roger Daltrey, Cliff Richard. He also wrote the theme tune for Whatever Happened to the Likely Lads, which is interesting. Sadly, he's now in a care home and has advanced Alzheimer's, which is really sad. So again, really pleased to have this in the collection. And I mentioned Harmony Grass because the next page in the book is signed by multiple members of the group Harmony Grass. Now, I'd never heard of them before. They formed in 1968. They had one hit in 1969 called Move a Little Closer Baby. It charted at number 24 in the UK. And then they all went on and did sort of various individual stuff after that. This is signed by 4 members of the band, so we've obviously already got Tony on the previous page, and then this page is signed by Bill Castle, Tom Marshall, Kenny Rowe, and then the one upside down in the bottom left corner is Ray Brown. They did disband not long after that. They released a couple of things but never really went anywhere, and they disbanded after that. But they moved on to do other stuff. So Tom went on to work with Bucks Fizz and Elaine Page. Bill Castle joined Capability Brown. So yeah, I've got, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 5 of the 6 members of Harmony Grass. So there we go. I haven't listened to their song yet, but I probably will in the future just to get an idea as to who they were. Also included in this autograph album were lots of like cuttings and pages and things that didn't really fit. There weren't signed pages in the album. They were just loose leaf items. So I've put those in here as well because some interesting bits and pieces. This one is to Diana with love and best wishes from John Isherwood. It says, "Don't forget a laughing cry. Decca, released June the 19th, doesn't cost much." Very little out there about John Isherwood, to be perfectly honest. He's a British folk musician from South England. Very little available online. He was mostly known through the 60s and 70s, predominantly in the Portsmouth area, I believe. The image you can see here is actually John Isherwood. This is him holding a cheque signed by George Harrison from the Beatles. So George was a fan, obviously. And yeah, so again, don't know very little online about him, almost nothing at all, just some snippets here and there. But, you know, it's a new autograph, it's in the collection, so yeah, that's pretty cool. And next up is Sally Smith. Sally is a kind of actress who's been in films and TV shows, a fairly bit part actress, I suppose, for the most part, I guess you'd probably say. She here is in this, there's a still from a film that she did. She was in The Avengers, not the Marvel ones, the TV series, The Avengers in the 1960s, The Human Jungle, and stuff like that. This signature you can see here is obviously cut out of a theatre programme. So there are a few of these in here, which I'll come to in a moment, but this is cut out of a theatre programme and signed by Sally Smith, new for the collection. So yeah, that's pretty cool. What I'm going to do is finish the video here, because I'm running to the end of recording time. Please join me for part 2, where we'll look at the next set of videos as part of this autograph collection. Thank you very much for watching.